How's it going, my son? And welcome to a Warframe video, surprisingly. Now, this isn't going to be a full episode or anything, because this is just me recording a very interesting little glitch that I don't know how I caused or how it happened, but as you can see, this is like a Dark Souls type invasion boss where like it'll jump into your game whether you want it to or not and hunt you down. This is specifically the Zanuka Hunter. It's a thing that captures Warframes to give to Alad V, the dude talking there, to do his vile diabolical experiments. But I don't know what happened, because like when I first fought him in this level, he was going guns blazing, and I'm like, fuck this. I left because the weapon I had was crap for fighting this guy, because it's like, it's like the Pokemon type thing. It's like not very effective against him, and I didn't have enough ammo to just make it up for with volume. So I'm like, well, what do? I run away, and then but I want to kill him because he drops cool stuff. So I get a bunch of energy for my special abilities. I get a full load of ammo, and then I come back and he's doing this. He's like aware I exist. He's aware that I'm in the room and whatnot. He's detecting me. I am not stealthed in any way, and he's just kind of observing me. And I'm like, what? What the hell happened? So I attack him. I think, okay, maybe I can break this stall in his AI and get him to start fighting me again. Because even if this guy beats you, you get a cool little mission out of it. So I'm like, if either way, I'm going to get something out of this encounter. But, because like you got to do like one of those, you've lost all of your stuff and you have to get it back, stealthy sections. You get in some like JRPGs and stuff. Chrono Trigger, for example, had one on the Epoch. The section that we all took Aya on because it means you could fight through it instead of having to be sneaky for the whole thing. But anyway, I unload my ammunition into him, I unload my energy into him, and nothing. He is just content to sit there and soak the damage, and soak it really well, because half of his bloody hit points are a shield that regenerates really fast, like constantly. It doesn't have the delay like yours does, which is kind of bullshit, but yeah. So then I'm like, well, okay, I guess I gotta go through the rest of the level and start killing the regular enemies with no ammo and energy, to get ammo energy to dump into him again. Because I was making progress, but it was slow going, because, again, the type advantage type thing, this game has one. Well, they added one, actually. It didn't always work like this, although it might have. I don't know. It was before my time. This is the only damage system I've known in Warframe, like the 4 elements, and then I think it's 5 combination elements you can make with the other 4, like you stick them together in a weapon and they turn into something else. But yeah, and this is like the only system I've known, so I can't comment about the old one. But as you can see, I'm actually forced to kill things. Thankfully, this mission wasn't a very high level, so the regular enemies were actually below me pretty harshly. That's why I was leveling with only one gun, to just have the one gun soak up all the experience instead of having a full loadout, dividing it too many ways. And I'm forced to kill things with bullet jumps, which is a mechanic they added. This is actually one they did add in my lifetime. I did experience the old parkour system, which was okay, but it was really kind of janky, to the new parkour system where they have the bullet jump mechanic, where, think Super Mario Brothers 2, where like you crouch and you charge and then you can jump. Only this one you don't have to charge, and it's just crouch, jump, you go flying, and let you get to other areas and whatnot. But it also does damage. I think it does damage when your character collides with things when you're flying, but I know it does damage when you actually do perform the jump, and there's I guess there's a jet boost or something that comes out of your feet or whatever. Some kind of energy explosion that knocks people down and does damage. And, if you're persistent enough, you can actually kill people with it. Or, there are actually mods now for it that you can spec into it and make it actually do a bunch of damage as well. But I don't have them, and I usually don't have room on the frames yet to do it, because the modding is pretty budgeted unless you give it what the community calls a potato. The item that you give your Warframes or your weapons to make them have double capacity for mods, it looks like a potato, so that's what people call them. It's silly, but I can see the resemblance. And it's a lot shorter than calling it what it actually is. An Orokin reactor or an Orokin catalyst. You could just call it a catalyst, but a potato is catchier. Who doesn't like potatoes? I love potatoes. Mashed potatoes, French fries, potato chips, it's all good. So yeah, unfortunately there's going to be a lot of me running around bullet jumping at things in this video because I had to, I had to scavenge for ammunition, right? This is what I had to do to kill this boss. And I do kill him. Spoiler alert, I do kill the boss. But you'll see that he has a magic pixel moment where it's like, this is where I honestly began to think, oh, I think this boss is just completely invulnerable for some stupid reason because the code broke. And even though I could take away all of the remainder of his hit points, he has like one hit point I can't touch. But no, thankfully it was just I literally ran out of ammunition just before I killed him, and then I had to do another run of ammunition gathering to actually finish the job and cut through the damn shield again, because again his shield regenerates really fast. It's usually why there's a boss fight that's not an invasion type one, where it's, you basically take down this guy for good, Allied V, this creepy bastard. You take him down for good, or sort of, and his prototype of the Zanukas, it's just called the Zanuka, and it's, much more powerful than the Hunter. Because it's like his personal bodyguard robot, and magnetic damage really helps. Magnetic being cold and electricity when you put it together, and it absolutely frags shields. It does a lot of damage to shields, and it also, if the status effect of magnetic goes off, their shield is reduced permanently by 75%. Or their permanent shield is reduced by 75% as long as the effect is there. It's pretty brutal. Does a lot of damage. But yeah, not much else to talk about really, just poor Saren in my Alioth skin color that I like to do. Now I actually, Alioth being a boss in Devil Survivor 2, but who's poison based, so I was like, why not? Seems to fit. But crap, I lost my train of thought. Oh right, I was just Saren running around in the Alioth skin, although these particular colors, because I only have the base color set for recoloring your Warframe and your weapons and such. So, I don't have a lot to work with. But then I found this red and blue thing, or red and purple thing I was doing, pretty good looking. So I'm like, why not? I'm just going to make this sort of look my team color. So like almost all my Warframes have these colors. There's only one that I don't at the moment have in these colors, and that's my Rhino, because I made him Rhinox colored from Beast Wars. Because I will forever be a 12-year-old child who loves to watch Saturday morning cartoons. And I mean, who doesn't really? I might not know any of them now, but I'm sure if I got into them, I'd probably start watching them again. Stuff like Adventure Time and Rick and Morty and whatever. Normal Show, I think is one. I don't know. Like, I'm looking at them and I'm like, what the fuck are these things? Where's my Transformers? Where's my freaking, where's my Digimon? But yeah, I'm just, nostalgia and unloading into this boss. That's what this video is kind of going to be. Dumping miasma into him. Saren's ultimate, it does a huge corrosion dot damage around her. She pretty much farts and everyone dies. That's about the gist of it. Again, I will forever be a 12-year-old child. And yeah, that's where I see the magic pixel and I'm like, oh fuck, is he completely invulnerable? Have I been wasting my time, even more so than playing a video game? Thankfully I was not, but, I could have been. So I gotta run all the way back again to get even more ammunition. Sliding around and jumping around. Listening to Alad V give me the same, speech 6,000 times. I guess I figured the encounter wouldn't last this long because it's either going to kill you really quickly or you're going to kill it really quickly. Because it's funny, because I've fought this thing before, because I have half of the gun he drops. Because unlike most of the weapons in this game where you craft them from scrap parts, you actually get the parts for this gun wholesale. You don't have to build them from scratch, but you have to get 2 parts, and son of a bitch didn't drop the other one when I killed him this time, so I've only got a double, which is annoying. I've got the handle twice. I don't have the freaking barrel of the gun, which is kind of annoying, but what can you do? But yeah, they didn't think the encounter would last this long, and to its credit, it usually doesn't, because this boss can be stun locked with just slapping him in the face with your melee weapon over and over again. So it's, or at least the one I was using at the time, my cutlass. So the first weapon I ever made, and I've kind of spent a lot of resources into it to make it better. And I don't regret it, because it was, if I ever need something to fall back on weapon-wise, this thing is amazing. I can put 4 different elements on it. ends up racking up like an 80% chance of inflicting statuses, so the enemies are just absolutely butt-fucked whenever, pardon my language, but they're absolutely buggered whenever I just hit them. And I can just keep hitting them and keep screwing with them. You know, it's pretty good. Not the most damage ever, and I never expected to really be that much damage, but like if the enemy can't fight back, how much damage do you really need to do? You know, you just need to, well, obviously enough to kill them, as we're seeing with this whole boss encounter that doesn't want to fight back, for some reason. I have no idea why. I might even link this on the Warframe forums, and one, to see if I can get some viewers, you know, a little bit of sneaky business, but two, to see if the see if the dev team's like, oh yeah, that's a bug that happens sometimes, or ooh, that's something we should fix, or something like that. Because this is the only time I've ever had any character or enemy, I should say, fight me or not fight or fight me for a bit and then stop fighting me and then never fight me again, even if I shoot him right in the face, which is really weird. But I mean, hey, free boss kill, right? I say free, even though it takes like a solid 10 minutes of effort as I'm looking at the timing on my recording here, which is a little ridiculous. Oh, man. Yeah, I love the little gun I was using in this, though, even though it was poop against this boss. The Embolist, little gas gun. It's pretty cool. It's actually sort of like alive, because you made it out of the parts of the infested, which are alien infection, zombie virus kind of thing. And so it's got a tail and stuff, and it's all organic and goopy looking. It's kind of cool. It's down here again. This will be the end of the video because I do cut it off shortly after killing him, and which I actually managed to do, which kind of surprised me a little bit. Bam! There we go. So subscription, Twitter will be in the description as always, and subscription will be on screen somewhere, probably on Saren when I'm in the pause menu here. And hopefully you all enjoyed this weird little glitch as much as I was amazed by it myself. Ciao.